안녕하세요, 여러분. 제 이름은 AJ예요. My name is AJ, and welcome back to Shadow Spinner Reacts, where we are doing more of Marry My Husband. We are on episode 7 now, and they have found out that they have both traveled back in time through the use of BTS. We'll ignore the fact that this highly intelligent character is like, I haven't been able to find this song, but didn't recognize that the song hadn't come out yet until right that moment. Both of them slipped up. It's a beautiful thing. BTS is not what I would have been listening to in 2013. When did they start getting big? I am not entirely sure. It's an interesting way for them to find out without either of them having to actually get up the courage to tell the other person. But now they've both caught each other, so you don't have this one side's been honest and the other side's been dishonest. They both caught each other the same way at the same time. Let's just jump right into it. This has got to be a shock, but I would think it would also be a little bit of a relief. Like, it would makes it so much better. She will know that she has an ally, and he will know he can just talk to her about what he knows. They must have talked for a long time before they got to this point, because it went from day to night.
근데 고실정 일은 어떻게 하셨어요?
I went to your funeral. That's an awkward conversation.
장례식에
It's just, I went to your funeral.
갔으니까.
Yep. Custom. That's, she's like, yeah, like she hasn't thought, oh, I had a funeral in the future. Did a lot of people come? Did anybody care? She'd want to know that.
어땠어요, 내 장례식?
Hey, oh, there it goes. There it is. How was it?
부장님 집인 거지?
안 내려요?
Did they use the word Jeep regardless of whether they mean... I mean, clearly the answer is yes because she just used the word Jeep, but I always thought Jeep meant specifically house, but I guess not. Because this is clearly an apartment building. Right. Because up until this point, he hadn't been considering that as an inevitable fate that he had to pass on. I've been saying it like we gotta pass that car accident on, but he hasn't realized that that car accident is an inevitability.
해봤어요.
So he's got to be rethinking his own future.
상처가 모양이 완전히 똑같아요.
Yeah. So it is, yeah, so he's... Oh.
내가 다치지 않았다면 결국 지원 씨가 다쳤을 거란 거예요.
Yeah.
네. 확실히 피한다고 되는 건 아니에요.
A lot for him to process, but like so many of the other like webtoons or series that involve time hopping or world swapping, the first thing they do is like, nope, I'm just gonna not deal with it. But she doesn't know he died. Are you gonna tell her? I mean, I would guess that he died. I would be like, okay, freak out in the elevator. That was probably the day you came back. How did you die? That would be my first question. How did you die? He also got a taxi ride. Oh, and he's not wearing a different face this time. This is just straight up her dad. You're being interviewed as his son-in-law right now, sir. He's interviewing his prospective son-in-law. You had so much time while you were both taking care of that cat. All you had to do is show up. You knew what her schedule was. All you had to do is by chance show up later after you, like, especially after you'd built the cat house. Like, come on. You could have bonded over taking care of that cat.
너 연지 어린이집 아직 안 데려다 줬어?
몰라. 끊어.
You didn't take her to daycare? You're not even watching her.
함께 해주시는
The deadbeat
거예요?
husband thing is aggravating enough, but not taking care of your child is a whole nother level. Hello, Mr. Grandfather's right-hand man. Oh, come on, sir. If you're gonna pretend not to see somebody, don't meet their gaze and then pretend not to see them. That's just beyond rude. He looks pissed.
말씀 많이 들었습니다.
He looks pissed. Why is there bad blood between these two?
이런 취향일 거라고는 생각 안 해봤는데
Sir, that is personal.
의외란 얘기야. 생각보단 수수한 취향이라서.
수수한 사람 아닙니다.
그럴 수도. 공인 커플 7년째인데 상사와 묘한 관계를 시작하는 거 보면
그런 거
어제 함께 퇴근해서 청담동 집에 같이 들어간 것도 업무의 연장이었는데
Now he's calling her name. She didn't start anything with him.
필요하면 해야지. 상당히 부적절한 하룻밤이 지난 후 결정된 인사 같은데
You were fixing to get punched in the office, sir.
유재혁 마케
그리고 팀원은 강주원 대리, 박민환 대리, 정수미 사원. 이상.
Okay, and he's like, he needs to throw them together. And his sister's the only one left out of it. The only one not on the team is his sister. And she's gonna think he did that on purpose.
부장님,
잘해봐요.
It's a shame they can't tell Hyeon the truth because she would be the best wing person in this
잘
nonsense.
부탁해요. 내가 딸기우유 좋아하는 건 어떻게 알았어요?
아, 저는 그냥
Because
제가
everybody likes
좋아하는
딸기우유.
통했네요.
딸기우유 그리고 바나나
아, 맞다.
우유,
우리 워크숍 갈 것 같아요.
따로 우유,
버크샵요?
멜론 우유.
나 회사 들어오고는 한 번도
Any
안
of the
가봤는데.
flavored uyus.
원래
They're all
1년에
good.
2번 회사에서 가라고. 제가
I don't know
워크숍
why,
가면
but her outfit
아니,
reminds me of
맛있게
Professor Umbridge.
우유도
like-
몇 개더 챙겨가지 뭐.
All she needs is the hat.
우리 아빠가 저한테 용돈 주실 때마다 꼭 이렇게 하트를 그려넣어.
He hasn't told her about that yet either. Why are you back? No. Why are you back at this man's restaurant? Did he just get drunk and pass out at this guy's restaurant? Why here? Why are you coming back to this guy? He's thinking the same thing. Why the blazes are you here?
이 미친 제 호정메이트이자 직장 상사놈이 저만 우리 팀에서 왕따를 시켜놓고 아주 그냥 하루 종일 연락이 안 됐거든요.
I love how she's just venting all of her grievances to a perfect stranger. Like, she...
사춘기
Actually, you know what? They can't tell her they travel back in time. I don't think she's capable of keeping a secret. Oh, yeah, he's recognizing this speech pattern. She's so fast and so bubbly.
뉴질랜드를 뛰놀던 사냥이 진짜 사랑하는 남편의 두 번째 아이를 출산하고
I love that she remembers. She remembers the crazy analysis she had of it.
대박.
She's like, Deva, you make food. I love you. That's all it takes.
진짜 너무 맛있게
I think this would be a good ship. I think they'd make a cute couple. And he makes food, and she eats food, and everybody's happy. And they're both genuinely nice individuals. And we know that he would be loyal because, you know, he didn't even have a relationship and he was loyal to that for however many years it's been since they graduated. I'm just saying, like, we shooting things now. You have a shooting range. This is not a safe hobby to have. Like, you do archery or something like that so that at least the arrow can only fly so far, but like, I am not a fan of shooting things as a hobby.
마셨구만. 가글을 들이부었을 텐데 향이 진동을 하네.
이 집에 나쁜 술이 있어야죠.
So of course I drank something nice. We don't keep cheap alcohol in this house.
실장하고 한판 했다면서?
아닙니다.
한판 한 거던데 뭐 이 실장도 아니라고.
Yes, it is. He denied it too. How did you hear he had an argument then? If both parties to the argument denied that there was an argument, then how did you hear that there was an argument? They were behind closed doors.
이 오광철이야. 내가
Okay,
그동안
this,
지한테
they're
해준 게
deliberately
뭐라고
hiding her
그랬어?
face. Okay, I love how he's like, you wanted me to marry her. He's like, I know I did, but you effed that up. I talked to her dad. You take care of talking to her.
부리는 사람하고 부딪히기나.
That is her dad that he said he talked to already, right? I am assuming that.
술을 들이붓질 않아.
But at least he's like not pushing them to have a relationship. He's like, fine, you want to call it off, let's call it off, but you have to do it.
소원 풀자고 없어 하는 거 알고 있었어.
Oh, the two of them never wanted it. Okay, well that's gonna make it easier.
없는 건 예의가 없어.
I don't understand business marriages. I don't. Like, even if you have a company and somebody else has a company and you get married, that is no guarantee that one company is not gonna swallow up the other company. Like, okay, wait.
없어. 이 사주냐.
Because we've never even seen him contact her at all.
대답이 없어. 이 사단을
And I love how he's
펼쳐놓고는
like, okay, cool, we've established that relationship's closed. I would like to meet your new
없을 것 같습니다.
girlfriend.
제가 할아버지와 같은 마음이어서요.
I feel the same as you.
제가 행복하길 원하시듯
You want me to be happy.
저도 그 사람이 행복하길 바랍니다.
Oh, you think she can't be happy with you? Is that what that means? That's really sad. Dude, even if you die in 10 years, even if that happens, even if that's not a fate that you can find a way to pass on to somebody else, take your 10 years. If I were in her shoes, I would want those 10 years with you.
끝났다.
I mean, you're putting in all of this work to change her fate. You don't think you can change your fate? And it's not like you can't think of a good candidate to pass it off onto. We've established that we're gonna pass her fate off onto Sumin. I think Minwon is a perfect candidate to pass your fate onto. So that was his first day back. I was right about that. Yep.
말자.
Don't run away, but don't.
하지 않고 후회하는 건
Come
이제
on,
싫으니까.
just get. Or at least tell her what happened to you and let her make that decision.
내가 없다고 해도.
You don't get frustration. If you're gonna die in 10 years, she can choose to have those 10 years with you or to have those 10 years without you. She's already gonna have to have all the time after those 10 years without you. There's no point robbing her of those 10 years.
그런 거 있잖아.
That's the stock I sold for you. She's like, thank you. I used your money to buy it back.
내가 그 레스토랑 갔다 왔잖아. 거기 괜찮더라고.
Yeah, it better have been for $320 for a single flipping meal.
항상 우리 지원.
Oh, did you see her cringe? You open it.
오늘 저녁 괜찮지?
No, we don't want you to sell TKU. We want you to hold on to that till it crashes.
그리고
Yeah, he's
우리
only
오늘
loving to
저녁
her when he's
식사
getting
대신
something from her.
주말에 어디 놀러 가자. 수민이랑 같이.
She's pushing a little too hard on taking Sumin everywhere. He's stupid, so he's probably not going to catch on, but Sumin might catch on.
회사에서야 뭐 강지원 하지만 너 그거 남자한테 되게 매력 없는 거다. 이 바보야 진짜.
어머, 미나 씨.
It's not charming to men for you to be good at your job. If your significant other
맥주 한잔 하시죠.
is intimidated by you doing well at work, that's not a relationship that's gonna last long term. If they need you to be inferior to them in order for them to feel like confident in the relationship or whatever, not worth protecting that relationship. Just saying.
생각해보면 두 사람
왜?
Insect. Claim an insect right now. You're outside around trees and grass. Of course there's bugs. It's one thing to be like, oh, there was a bug on my face. And another thing to be like, what's this weird trope? There's a bug in the tree. There's lots of bugs everywhere. You're outside. Why are you acting like a 2-year-old?
쫓아줬을 때
I also see this trope a lot, where it's like guys teaching their girlfriends who are adults how to ride a bike. That is a lot of flowers to be giving to somebody that you know has a boyfriend. He's seriously courting her in spite of the fact that she has a boyfriend. And another guy who's interested in her that passed out in his restaurant the other night. He's just gonna try anything on the menu. When you have a good restaurant, you need to try everything on the menu at some point.
바람길은 없는지 단단한 땅이 될 만한 자질은 있는지.
No, dude. No. We're not passing this on to somebody else. He's gonna try to facilitate her happiness, and he thinks that he was brought back to do that, and that this is the guy that she's supposed to end up with. But he's wrong. We know he's wrong. Because he's the lead. And you shouldn't really lead on the second lead like that when we know that that's not the relationship that's gonna pan out. And you should be
이상입니다.
you should be doing the older brother analysis of him, though, because I really do ship him with your younger sister. Leon's wearing black, in mourning for her position at the company.
어때?
제가 좀 해요.
Yeah. They're like, we need to give her something to do so that she knows we value her. Ooh, I want the third place. Just two
침낭 걸리면 이거 답도
sleeping back on the
없는데.
ground. But that is not enough for everybody that's there. Like, that's not enough places.
그냥 술이나 마시는 것보다 훨씬 더 재밌잖아요.
So if sleeping bags like the punishment for the people who come in 5th place, what about the people that don't even place at all? Do they just get sent home? Like, what's the...
에이, 제가 숨겼습니다. 그렇다는 건 찾을 수도 있다는 거죠.
아니 유리안 씨 완전 야생이잖아요. 물에 들어갈 사람이 누가
She's like, I hid it, so obviously somebody can find it. And they're like, you will go places that nobody else will go. That doesn't mean anything.
그냥 도와달라고 하면 되는데 어려운 길 갈 필요 있어?
Take the hard way. The hard way is more fun. Why would you send somebody else into the stream when you can go into the stream yourself? I'm just saying. It's not the same thing as a lake or an ocean. It's a light stream. There's no alligators there, I don't think. There's no alligators there, right?
원하는 건 수단과 방법을 갖지 않고 갖는 거야.
She
정말
got...
원하는 건 그런
It
거야.
zoomed in on the necklace. I caught that.
뭘까?
Yeah, that's how she got everything she wanted. She acts cutesy, asks for help,
2023년에
and then pretends to be helpless so that people feel the need to rescue her. It works on certain types of people.
그냥 부장님한테 솔직하게 얘기해도 돼요? 그럼 부장님은 이상한 사람이라고 생각하지 말고 싫어하지도 말고 그냥 들어주는 거예요. 딱 그런 사이만 해주세요.
Be my person that I can talk to. I like that.
도와주고 싶어서 뭐든 해주시려는 거 알아요.
Talk to me, help me plan,
그러니까
but don't destroy yourself for me. I like that. I
그냥
like
가끔
her.
솔직하게만
아버지가 용돈을 주실 때 파란 티를 그려서 줬다고 하지 않았어요?
Is he gonna show her? That's a heck of an allowance. Just saying.
난 용돈이 행복해졌으면 좋겠는데
I want my allowance to be happy.
용돈은 다시 살면서 뭐 하고 싶었던 거 없어요?
지원 씨.
부장님은 뭘 하고 싶은 거 없냐고요?
That makes me happy. Yes? Are you gonna pretend to get caught in the brambles?
운동만 했나 씨. 봐봐요. 에헤이, 이거
She
사고네,
actually
진짜.
cut herself to get attention. She's spiraling.
약을 발라야지.
Saliva is not
그나저나
sanitary.
뭐
Ooh, that was
여자
creepy.
일반복도 어디 있는지 알아? 여기 아야 하면 어떡해요?
Oh, come on. Come on. Getting water in a cut that tiny is not going to cause a problem. You should wash it off anyway, honestly. And then you're going to put antibiotic ointment on it. You'll be fine.
가보자. 잠깐만요. 일단 안전요원한테 먼저 연락 한번 해볼게.
What, did the water get deeper since she put it up there? She went over there.
이 계절에 아무 준비도 없지 물에 깊이도 모르면서 그것도 혼자.
Then you swim. Swimming, it doesn't matter how deep the water is if you're on the surface.
그냥 나한테
It's not a
이게
raging
뭐 그렇게
river.
대단한 거라고.
난 정수민과 다르니까요. 걔가 틀렸고 내가 맞으니까. 난 정수민처럼 안 살 거예요. 난 내 손으로 내 힘으로 다 이뤄낼 거라고요.
I can't, yep, I felt that. 뽀뽀해. Come on.
나는 땅이 되고 싶었어요.
But she doesn't remember what you said. Oh, it's so significant to him. But it doesn't mean anything to her because she was drunk at the time she said it, so she probably has no memory of what that's referring to. And that's where we're leaving it. In the middle of that conversation, I understand where she's coming from. Sumin gets everything she wants through other people's effort. She doesn't do anything except steal the work and the effort of others. And then act like she's entitled to those results. And then blame anytime she doesn't have what she wants, it's always somebody else's fault because they didn't give it to her. Because she thinks she deserves it all. Jiwon needs to prove her wrong. Which means she needs to prove not just that Sumin can't do that to her anymore, but that Sumin's entire way of life is wrong. And she can't do that if she does anything the same. She's going to the extreme. You can ask for help from time to time. It is okay to ask for help. Especially if it's help that you very much need that is not really inconveniencing somebody else and there's a level of trust there, and if you've been reciprocating, like, she wouldn't just be asking him for it. She's asked him what he wants. She's clearly willing to do stuff for him as well. So there's reciprocity there. But the idea is, I get why the idea is so distasteful to her. But also, it's a body of water. You swim on the surface. What does it matter if it gets a little, like, the pool in this apartment building goes down to, I think, like 8 feet. I ain't 8 feet tall, but I don't drown in it because you swim on the surface, although it's harder with as many layers of clothing. I don't know how heavy her clothing is, but it doesn't look like it should be that heavy. And he teleported again, by the way, because there's no way that he got all the way from camp to there in the time that it took for her to get from the shore to where she was. But still, I get why he's frustrated too, because he's like, the whole reason why he was brought back was, in his mind, to protect her and to be there for her and to do what she needs and to ensure everything. And it's like, if she's not letting him do that, then he feels like his purpose is like that's his purpose in his mind, and it's taking his purpose away, and he's going to die in 10 years anyway. And if he's not able to have his purpose be fulfilled, then you don't want his second life to be a complete tragedy, which is why I'm going back to the whole, if you only have 10 years and you know you only have 10 years, make them 10 good years. Make them 10 good years. I hope I never lose Ian. But if I found out that I was going to lose Ian 10 years from now, I would rather have my 10 years with him than have those same 10 years without him, thinking that that's somehow going to make it easier. It's not. It's just going to feel like lost time that I can't ever get back. Take your 10 years to be happy. 10 years is a long time. It's a long time. And you got 10 years to think of a solution, too. You know, you don't actually know all the rules. You don't, for all you know, you can change things and you just haven't figured out the trigger yet. Like, they're assuming they know everything at this point. They don't know all of the rules. So they might know all of the rules, but they don't know that they know all the rules. You can still try. You can still put in effort. I'm just saying. Like, anywho, that's going to be it for this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Put any suggestions for other dramas down in the comments section below. If you... I hope I said at the beginning that this is on Amazon Prime. I'll have to double check that. I keep forgetting that. But you can always go to Patreon for the full uncut reaction that you just sync up to your own copy. Or if you would just like to have access to the episodes 3 weeks early. Plus, we'll be doing exclusive behind-the-scenes content for Patreon subscribers as well. So don't forget to check that out. Otherwise, you can just hang out here with me on YouTube. Whichever floats your boat, whatever makes you happy. I'm just happy to be sharing my love of K-dramas with everybody else. I hope you all have a really, really awesome rest of your day, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye!